Hi, I'm Chet Mitchell, and I've been asked to talk a little bit about my hobby, which is repairing and building guitars. This is something I started doing a few years ago. I've always liked guitars, and I always wanted to have an electric guitar and some other things, but with a family, I just didn't have the money to do that. And about 7 years ago, I had this surprising lucky break. Jesse was out walking our dog, and he saw sticking out of a garbage can an electric guitar. And he knew I really wanted one, so he brought it home to me. And I decided I cannot turn my back on a gift like this. I need to find out if there's a way that I can fix this and make it useful. And I did some research, and it turned out, yes, there was. The wiring inside was corroded, so I fixed that. And the neck it had on it wasn't very good, so I put a new neck on it. This guitar is an Ibanez GAX 70. It was built in Indonesia in about the year 2000. And now it completely works. So that gave me an electric guitar, but a guitar isn't much good without an amplifier. So I went to Goodwill and I bought a portable karaoke machine for $10. And that was my first amplifier for an electric guitar. I had a lot of fun doing this, and that made me remember that years before that, I had bought this guitar from Stan Smith for $20. The reason it was so cheap was that it was unplayable. The strings were like way high over the fingerboard. It just hurt your fingers to play it. But after I did that one, I got emboldened, and I found out that for $25 I could buy a little gizmo to put inside this to flatten it and then make it playable. Of the four guitars, this is the one I enjoy playing the most. It has a beautiful tone, and it's got these things on it here because I'm not finished working on it. I'm going to install some electronics in it so that it can be hooked directly to a PA system like at church or something like that. It's a very nice guitar. It was built in the early 70s in Japan. Well, after that, I had so much fun doing those, and I also took an old guitar that Ann had as a child and fixed it up, and we gave it to our daughter Elise as a present. That one's not here. But that made me think, maybe I can go farther. Maybe I could just build one. And so when Ann went on her her hike in 2019, I bought a kit and I built this guitar. It took me about 5 months to build it. It was a very big learning experience for me. It was very hard to do the wiring because you can see the holes in the body are very small. You have to use tools to reach down inside to put all the wires in. It was a hard go, but I ended up with a very pretty guitar. This is a replica of a 1959 Gibson ES 175. And I call it Golden Girl because it has all this little gold trim on it. So that was a lot of fun. And then Ann went out again. And so I thought, you know, I've always wanted to have an electric bass. So I bought a kit to build this. This is a 5-string electric bass. The body is made of ash wood, which unfortunately is now endangered, so there probably won't be much more of that one, this one. But one of the things I really like about this is it goes really, really low. And that's a lot of fun. Now, you might think that with all these nice guitars, I'm just going nuts playing guitars all the time. But what I've discovered is, even if you have the guitars, you can't buy time. And you need time to really learn how to be a musician. You need to work at it a little every day. I'll be retiring soon, and I'm hoping that after I retire, I'll have enough time to play all these instruments. And I plan to build one more bass similar to this one, with a different kind of neck and then with more sophisticated electronics. So this is my hobby. I love it. It gives me a chance to work with my hands because I work with my mind all day. You know, I write programs and I type and stuff like that. So it's so nice to actually take one of these and open it up and pull wires around and solder and sand and do all the things that go with that. It's just something that I really enjoy. It's been a real blessing for me. So that's me and my hobby.